Hey, it's Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres and the Campaign Trail. It's the 25th of August, 2016. I've got a subject that I have to broach right now that I don't want to, but it must be done. Nobody said that this was going to be easy. And it's a touchy situation because it can be taken easily out of context. But let me go with it and let's see what you guys think. Last night we had a council here of some of the inner circle of this election. And a post came up that was on Facebook, right? So let me read it to you. This first one is the guy that posted it, and he says, and he's a friend, I guess, "Hey everybody, just wondering who knows about Mark Baker. He's running for Missaukee County Sheriff as a write-in." And then there was maybe 5 or 10 comments, some pro, some against. And then there was this one. "They'll find him in the dead stream swamp, right next to everyone else who runs against King James." Then the next comment was, "That's exactly what I said when I heard this." Now these two people are, we checked into who they are, and actually we know people who knows them, and they're just average people in this county. But that was their knee-jerk reaction to the announcement that I was going to run for county sheriff, was fear. And that fear has been instilled in them over the years. I have a lot of faith in the system that we live under. We are a representative republic and we're governed by a constitution. The constitution is the rules. There are rules for everybody. Everybody can read them. They limit what government can do. And a lot of times fear is used to circumvent the Constitution. And in this case you can see it. I've seen it up close and personal already a lot. People who will say to me, "Well, I'm going to vote for you, but I'm not going to put a yard sign out." And that is because of fear, right? All right. In the current world climate, we see fear being used quite often. I mean, I'm going to talk about an extreme here. We see people known as terrorists that use fear routinely to get other groups of people to do what they want. And I'm not taking sides, I'm just saying that's what they use, is fear. In my joust with the state, with the Attorney General's office, they fined me $700,000. And I knew that they couldn't do it. I knew they couldn't do it constitutionally. They were limited by the Constitution. But it was a tactic of fear. And, they knew that, I think they knew it wasn't going to scare me. But when they put it out there, everybody else hears that and they say, "Well, I don't want that to happen to me." Well, it's not going to happen to you. Whenever somebody uses fear as a tactic, a little red flag should go up in your head, and you need to know that that is a bully doing that. Somebody that is not a bully does not need to use fear to get you to do what you do. You don't need to be manipulated in that fashion. The majority of us want to just have our lives and sleep in a soft bed and sleep under a roof. We're not looking for anything extra. We just want to go along and live our lives in peace. It's usually those that want more power and more money that use fear against us. And I see this type of person continually, and it seems as though they seem to be drawn into these positions of authority where they can abuse even more. Now, what needs to be done now? What's the answer on this? You personally have to think, am I afraid to put a yard sign out in front of my property that I'm going to vote for Mark? And if you are, that's a problem. If you plan to go into the voting booth and write my name in and fill in the little arrow, then you need to put a sign out there and proclaim that I am not afraid of this anymore. I'm not afraid. I've done that, and it frees you. It really does. Generally, bullies do not act on their threats, and living proof of that. Okay, this is Mark from Baker's Green Acres. Remember, anyone can farm.